Wine was alone in the whistling cafeteria, adjusting everything on plate. She arranged sandwiches, apple slices, and made sure everyone drink was perfectly centered. It was a task aligned to everyone in the group. Van was in charge of getting everyone lunch, and other three have their own tasks to fulfill. Honestly, it was easy task for her, so she came here early. They have different majors, so sometimes they get late. She was so absorbed in her task that she didn't notice her friend sneaking up behind her. Suddenly, strong arms wrapped around her, lifting her slightly off the ground. She let out a surprised whelp, catching everyone's attention for a brief moment before they resumed their activities. It was a daily routine by now. Jungkook, you annoying brat, put me down, she yelled, struggling in his embrace. Jungkook chuckled loudly, his warm breath tickling her ear, finally settling her down on the ground but keeping his arms around her shoulder. Missed me? No, and stop doing this. Why not? Because you always do this, it's embarrassing. She glared at him, going back to her task. Embarrassing? He smirked, leaning closer. I think you secretly like it when I carry you. Makes you feel special, huh? In your dreams, young Jungkook, she retorted, brushing his hand off her shoulder. You're such a flirt, he chuckled, and you're easy to tease. It's a perfect match. She huffed, trying to appear angry, but it was hard to stay mad at Jungkook for long. He was one of her best friends, even if he was the most annoying one. One day, I'm going to find a way to get back at you for all this. I'll be waiting. And Jungkook said with a wave, grabbing a fry from her plate and popping it into his mouth. By the way, your hair looks so cute today. Stop flirting, Jungkook. Ryan muttered in irritation. I'm not flirting, I was just saying. He replied, reaching out to caress her head, but she quickly ran to opposite side of the table, making him chuckle. By the way, where is our gang? Hey guys, what's going on here? Just then, his voice rang through the cafeteria. She glanced up just in time to see her best friend and Taehyung walked in. Her heart skipped a beat as it always did whenever she saw him. His warm smile and deep, soulful eyes captured her heart long ago. Nothing as usual. Guys, you won't believe. I have tickets to the concert next month. Damn, Damn, you really got the tickets? I thought it was hard getting them. It was honestly, but yeah, I managed them. She said, patting her on shoulder. Now, Mr. Taehyung, you do as I say according to our bet. As you say, my lady. Cyrus nodded at the name, smacking his arm. Ryan smiled at the vendor, missing the gleam in Taehyung's eyes that screamed loud. She was too caught up in her feelings to notice he looked at her best friend, a look she wished was meant for her. It's been 6 months. The four of them became best friends. 6 months as Taehyung and Jungkook got newly transferred in this university. It didn't take much time to become their friends because they were always so easy to approach. Their friendly demeanor made all four of them completely comfortable around each other. It was one of their usual weekends together at Taehyung house. Jungkook and Ryan were in the living room fighting over which movie to watch. I'm telling you, we should watch the new thriller. No way, we watched Thriller the last 3 weekends. It's time for a change. How about we watch this rom-com? It has a great review and look hilarious. Rom-com, seriously, those are so predictable. Two people fall in love, they broke up and they patch up. And you have problem with everything I say or choose because your choices are boring. Just like you, sweetheart. Then slapped his hand, snatching the remote back from his hand. Sarah smiled watching the two of them. She was helping Taehyung prepare snacks. They are at it again. Sarah smiled. They are like an old married couple sometimes. Taehyung chuckled. Say that to Vine and she will crack open your head. Sarah laughed, knowing how Vine always made disgusted faces whenever someone tried to match her with Jungkook. As she was about to eat another chip, Taehyung slapped her hand away. You're going to finish this before we even start the movie. She rolled her eyes playfully. Fine, I will wait, she said, sticking her tongue out at him. Finally, the movie was settled and everyone found their place in the living room. Anne was forced to sit with Jungkook again. She popped her cheeks out in a pout because whenever she tried to adjust next to Taehyung, Jungkook always made his way beside her. Halfway through the movie, One kept stealing glances towards Taehyung. He was engrossed in the movie, just like everyone else, except for her. She found him more interesting. She didn't know exactly when she started to fall for him, but she felt butterflies whenever he was near her, whenever he ruffled her hair, or whenever he praised her for a job well done. It was the small actions that made her heart race. Taehyung turned to Wine suddenly, and she immediately looked away from him. Wine, you like this? It's the last one. Do you want it? Wine smiled and shook her head. No, you can eat it. I'm already full. Taehyung gave her a knowing look. You always have space for this, he said, handing it to her anyway, and he turned back to the screen. Wine smiled, taking the snack from him. This was exactly what she was talking about, how he take care of her every little thing, how he always seems to know what she needed, even before she did. His small acts of kindness and consideration made her heart swell with affection. She nibbled on the caramel popcorn ball, her eyes lingering on him as he watched the movie. Every time he laughed, her heart fluttered. She didn't know how long she could keep her feelings hidden, but for now she cherished these little moments, hoping that someday he might notice her the way she noticed him. Can we focus on the damn movie now? It's been 10 minutes he gave you this stupid popcorn ball and you're still smiling. Why look at him with wide eyes, her movement racing. What are you even talking about? He rolled his eyes. Come on, don't act oblivious. It's obvious you got a thing for him. Her face flushed and she quickly glanced around to make sure no one else had heard them. Jungkook, keep your voice down. He smirked, leaning closer. It's written all over your face. Every time he does something nice, you lit up like a Christmas tree. You don't know what are you talking about. He chuckled softly. Sure, whatever you say, just maybe a bit more subtle. You're making it pretty obvious. Wine shot him a glare, but there was no real anger behind it. She knew he was right, but admitting it out loud was another thing entirely. She took a deep breath, trying to focus on the movie, though her thoughts kept drifting back to Taehyung and the way he made her feel. In the classroom, Wan was engrossed in her computer screen, the blinking cursor taunting her as she erased yet another line of code. Something was just not sitting right, and it was driving her crazy. The teacher had made Jungkook and Van project partner again. Sure, she was stuck with this bunny, and it was not like she hated him, but he started less and annoyed her more. That was the problem, and now he was out of sight, maybe in the bathroom or somewhere else. She didn't even know. Pulling her hair out in frustration, she muttered to herself, what's happening here? Why am I alone with this damn assignment? Words got you so stressed, just. She heard the familiar soothing voice that made her heart flutter every time. She looked up to see Taehyung leaning against the doorframe, his usual teasing smile in place. He always called her with nickname, and she didn't mind it at all. In fact, she secretly loved it. Tae, she sighed. Jungkook wants MIA again, and this assignment is driving me nuts. He chuckled, walking over to her. Sounds like him. He might be taking a nap somewhere. I'm gonna beat him once he shows up. I'll help you with that too. He winked at her as he leaned closer, peering at her screen. So what's the problem? She explained the coding issue with a frustrated voice, almost whining in helplessness. He chuckled as he ruffled her hair. Here goes her heartbeat again. You know you look adorable when you're frustrated. She rolled her eyes but couldn't help the smile that tugged at her lips. Thanks for the compliment, but it's not helping. Okay, fine. Let me take a look. Sometimes all you need is a fresh pair of eyes. As he began to go through the court, man couldn't help but admire him. He was always so helpful, always there when she needed him. The way she took care of him, even the smallest things, made her heart race. His presence was comforting, and she found herself relaxing a bit. If you keep frowning at the screen like that, the screen might be frowning back at you. Yes, well, if it does, I hope it can also give me some answer. How about this? He said, pointing at a line of code. Try changing this variable. She followed his suggestion, and to her surprise, it worked. Wow, you're a genius. They leaned back with a smirk look. Oh, I know I am. Van rolled her eyes. Don't let it go to your head. Too late, he said with a wink. Maybe my heart's already pretty big from all the genius ideas I keep having. Just then, Jungkook walked in, munching on a bag of chips. I'm missing something. He said cheerfully, his mouth so full he could barely speak. Wan and Taehyung exchanged glances before smiling sweetly at Jungkook. No, we were waiting for you, they said in unison. Without warning, they both grabbed Jungkook and wrestled him into one of the chairs, making him whelp in surprise. Wan started punching his arm while Taehyung grabbed his legs. Hey, what gives? Jungkook whined, trying to defend himself with one arm while holding onto his chest with the other. You're going to pay for leaving me alone here. At least let me defend myself, he pleaded, struggling to hold onto his chest as Vine tried to snatch it out of his hand.